Shalom, a real quick finishing video of the couple of videos I put up regarding, following the white rabbit, the black man, along with the other tribes, but the black man is the head. He's the head of all the tribes, so-called black men, from the tribe of Judah, which Jew is a short word for Judah, which our Lord spring from Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call Christ. Tells you that in Hebrews 7:14. One significant thing about the rabbit hole and black men following the rabbit, white rabbit, it's also, I looked it up. It says, I asked, is the rabbit hole a portal? Yes, the rabbit hole is a portal. And when we look up stuff, just a note, when we look up stuff from Google, our spirit confirms if it's right or wrong, man. So we don't follow Google and we don't follow the blue letter Bible according to man. Even apostles, when they say sometimes the blue letter is going off. So we're in control of this thing, man. Our spirit coming from the Most High to dissect and discern these things, not the other way around. It says, yes, the rabbit hole is a metaphoric portal. It bridges the gap between reality and the unknown, whether that means a fictional fantasy world or an obsessive new hobby, or hours lost to internet research. So now we're looking into the Windows. They got Windows 5, 6, they started in the beginning with Windows. Now they got Windows 7, 8, 10, 9, 10, 11. These Windows represent these portals. The TV is a portal in itself, something that you can get captured into, So that's why a lot of people believe what's on TV. A lot of Jake follow their idols, which are on TV. And some people call it the one-eyed devil. But in any case, this world has gone digital, but we're already in the matrix. We're already in this portal. But the Most High has portals within portals. We have, like I said, the TV, the internet is mentioned right here. Now, if you go to the scriptures, it's a word in the scriptures, many scriptures, but this particular scripture, wall, and I'm gonna get the scripture, but it's Quayara. Let me play that again.
Strong's H 7023. Kir,
which is Quaya. You might put that together. Quora. No, Slacky. Quayara. So I think that's how it's pronounced. Quayara. Quaya, and then you got the Ra. Wall, side, house, or chamber. Keep that in mind, chamber. Let me get that definition right quick, to also chamber. And this is really, we're not acting like we're some geniuses. This is really simple math, man. You got scoffers always like, yeah, you're uneducated and, you don't use the words right, and that's not what it means. Get the hell up out of here, man. You don't know what things mean. It's the origin of every word spoken by man. Some of them are ancient, some of them been manipulated, some of them the same. But let me get this word chamber right here, Psalms 19:5. That's, what is that? No, yes.
Strong's H 2646.
Kapa.
Chapa.
It actually says it right, pronouncing the Hebrew right. So sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Chamber, room, closet, divine protection. So canopy, closet, defense. So it could be a covering or for protection. Could be, what is a man when he commits adultery, which is wicked? What does he do? He hides in the closet. R. Kelly made a song In the Closet, and in that closet, he told all kind of experiences. Just being in that closet, what he saw, him being involved. It's another term for being a sodomite is in the closet. So a lot of secret things happen in the closet. A lot of the secret things happen in the chamber. A lot of secret things happen in the world, and they've been exposed through the internet, which is also called the unicorn. So you can go to Ezekiel. I could start it. I'll read it quick. Ezekiel 8:3. You could basically start it one. And he put forth the form of a hand and took me by a lock of mine head, and the spirit. That's how you know it's Jacob. The so-called white men don't have locks, man. The lock of mine head. And the spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven and brought me in the visions of the Most High to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate. That door, like I said, I think I looked it up before. Dorothy goes back to door. A door likened to a portal, likened to a closet. The door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where it was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy. Most High is a jealous power. So, and these entities that we worship and gods that Israel, not we, but Israel, it provokes him to jealousy. And behold, the glory of the Most High of Israel was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Yep. Yahweh of Israel. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes now the way toward the north. So I lifted up mine eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry. He said, furthermore, unto me, Son of man, seest what they do, even the great abominations that the house of Israel. Houses are also likened to a portal. Remember in Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz, she basically got caught up in a storm, which became a portal into this wonderland, And the chambers, so to speak, like the chariots, they're a chamber, a portal, so to speak, our way out of here. They call something called the when the door is closing. It mentions even Noah's Ark. When it says the door closed, and no one was able to open it. It says, Yahweh Shai, he said, behold, I knock at the door. So these things that's coming to pass, these prophecies at the door. War is at the door. The end of the world is knocking at the door. Yahweh Shai's return is knocking at the door. So this door is a key word, as well as chamber, as well as wall, to what I'm saying about this subject matter. It says, House of Israel committed here, I should go far off from my sanctuary, but turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see the greater abominations. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall, like as into a rabbit hole, so to speak, concerning this day. Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door. And he said unto me, Go in, and behold the wicked abomination that they do here. And they also call windows doors. Like the internet windows, they also call them doors. So you can go to these different doors. You can go to a different kind of worlds of information, different kind of sightings, different kind of lens through this portal, through this door, through this wall of the internet. But they're gonna be like, well, you don't have to get on the internet no more. You could just have it. You could travel in your mind with this CHIP. When we put it inside your mind, you could travel to many great places. That's what the offering. That's what one of the offerings of the beast is gonna, have on at the table of this new world order. Yeah, you never been to France? Well, you can be in France in your mind. That's why, you had the third matrix. Well, the first two, first matrix 2, he said, none of this is real. He said, nah, I mean, this is what is real, He was feeling on the couch, and then he pointed to the TV. He was like, this is the world you believe that you live in, but this is the world as it is today. So he was looking from a perspective of, this is a great world we live in, but Morpheus, the way he was showing him, was a prison. You get up, you do the same thing. You get up, hear your alarm, go to work, get off work, eat, sleep, do the same, BS same, go to the, have fun on the weekend, come back in, you go to the same house, sleep on, you do the same routine every day till you get old. You're living in a box, you're living in a world with rules and boundaries, like it says. You're not able to fly. If you want to fly, you gotta take all these kind of courses. You gotta take training and all that. You can't just do it. But like the Matrix, like in a sense of New World Order similarity programming, they'll say, well, you could fly in your mind, and it could seem real to you. Like dreams do seem real. But how about you actually at all kinds of day, instead of your dreams being interrupted by some source, an alarm clock or anything else, somebody waking you up from sleep, you could just hook yourself up into this dream world and be in that same dream world and kind of control it with your mind, so to speak. But it's within the means of being really controlled by that CHIP. If you watch the Matrix, Trinity, she downloaded in her mind how to fly a helicopter within seconds. It says, so I went, verse 10, so I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about. And that's why you had that. You have it in the world, and you have it on the internet. And it's kind of like the internet is the mirror of the world. It's what people are actually doing or have done. It's old videos. You can go back to the 90s, and it's all on the internet. It's the old songs, the lifestyle, and you be like, well, shit, I want to go back in that time. So you'll have somebody that just all day on the internet downloading old school songs, and they might even dress the part, go back to an old school look, and want to stay there. People now, remember at work you didn't used to be able to listen to music with your headphones. Now you can. So you could, listen to all your old school songs while you're working. Uh, Even, playing videos, they don't allow you to watch it, but you can listen to it. But on your break, you could go and look at the windows, look at your internet videos uploaded. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel, and in the midst of them stood Jaazaniah and the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of Israel, a house of Israel, do in the dark? See, do in the closet, do behind these curtains, do in the internet. You could, do a lot of things within, like in your mind. If you have a dream and you like, yeah, I had a wet dream, but it wasn't real. I did this. I killed somebody in my dream, but I didn't do it for real. So that doesn't count. But they're gonna, they're gonna charge you with cyber crimes and all that, and these different things are kind of like a violation, if you will. Even in some ways, when they do the New World Order thing, because it's like it can easily be considered cyber crimes. Well, yeah, you have a murderous mind, sir, because you murdered in your dream. Well, I don't know. I was just protecting that was in my dreams. That ain't wasn't real. Well, I'm gonna bring you up on charges because we finding it as a flaw, an error on your in your behavior concerning the new laws with this CHIP, new laws of the New World Order. Every man in this chambers of his imagery, and imagery comes from imagination. So, this is a place of dream world, like I said, and you can imagine anything that you want to do and try to exercise it. That's why everybody's pushing against each other, because they like, well, I'm an atheist and I should be able to believe in that without being bothered. You got people that exercise their rights to, bear arms and all that. Well, I should. This is, what can I need rights too. This is what I dream to be a soldier in the army. So, whatever the case may be. So why should I be charged with having a gun, or one day I want to be a cop or something like that? Like, you could just, because these police, they're just actors, man, pretty much. I mean, the blood is real and the murder is real, but when they go out to be an officer, they got to get paid. You don't see nobody like, yeah, this is what I love to do. It's my passion. Well, we're going to offer you an income. I don't need no income. I love to do this. I'll do it for free. You ain't seeing no cop do that. They all hired. So, if they say, well, you don't get paid for this, there'll be something else. You have some people that wanted to be a police officer when they were young and end up being a musician or a singer or something, or a basketball player. So these people, they only actors in the Most High's movie, so to speak. He said also unto me, verse 13, turn ye yet again, thou shalt see great abomination that they do. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat a woman weeping for Tammuz. That's one of the gods that Israel worship. Then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn ye yet again, and thou shalt see greater abomination of these. And he brought me into the inner court. So if you go to the dark web, there's such thing as a dark web that's more extreme than a common web sites, where they do all kind of stuff. They be selling humans and eating cannibalism on there, and it's still up. It's still a thing. You can look up the Illuminati and the worship of these creatures and entities and all that, and it's on the internet. We don't take our word for it. Look it up. They worship creatures more than the Creator. They do abominable things, cannibalism and everything. They worship beasts and eat beast blood and all that. Between the porch of the altar were about 5 and 20 men, were their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worshipped the sun toward the east. Then he said unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man? It is a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit abominations that they commit here. For they have filled the land with violence, and have returned to provoke me to anger, and lo, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore will I, so going back, therefore will I also deal in fury, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. And though they cry in mine ears with a loud voice, yet will I not hear them. And that's why it's been so long that the Most High has not come to us in our aid, in our help, in our defense. But now he's hearing the elect call his name, call out for him. So it said, dig into the wall, those walls, and behold a door. That's like these internet windows. That's like these portals of the Matrix, TV, you know, and we also, you know, it's also called the unicorn. So, and you could get trapped into this world of make-believe. And like I said, this is the dream world itself. So, you know, you got people, actors all around that they, you know, you got a Karen who live right across the street to say hi to you every day. And then, you know, as soon as the first offense, she ready to kill you, lock you up, throw you, you know, have you arrested, whatever, and say, I hate niggers. Like, so she was just acting all that time. I mean, it's a make-believe world. We're in a dream world. And, you know, and we have access to information that we have to be careful with. Access to visions and dreams that we have to be careful with, you know, and all kind of other sources of access that we have that can be harmful. So guess what? The Most High set another door of righteousness in the place, which the elect, and that's a portal into, you know, we say it humbly, but the righteous is a portal in this world. And then when that portal leaves, Most High is going to call that portal of righteous men into another bigger portal, which is the ship, the Father's ship. And that's going to be a portal. And this dream world is going to be destroyed. And the real world is going to come about with Jacob ruling it. So this is just for a period of time. But we're not following the white rabbit. We're trying to get out of here. Because the deeper you go, the more you become likened to what you have fallen into. And Jake has become the bottom because he fell to the bottom. Now he's become the bottom. So that's why he bottom foods from the ocean and sea. That's why he live in the projects and the slums. And that's why his diet is like what it is. Fast food, following that rabbit, hasty, you know, to try to keep up with his curiosity, to try to figure out, what is this? What is that? But it's an old world to us. There's nothing curious about this place anymore. We Most High gave us the wisdom to know what this place is about. It's time to get out of here. You know, the clock is doom is about to strike. 12 midnight, tick tock, boom, and it's over. And we're trying to escape before this happens, because it's going to happen. Fire and fiery indignation, fiery judgment to this place, America. Kill the dream world, save the real world. I might make a video like that in the near future. Anyway, Shalom, hope it was that fun.